My name is Thomas, and I've been a volunteer here at the IBTI for 3 years. Before coming to the IBTI, I would say that my life was very unbalanced. Even when I gave my life to Christ when I was 16, I found it very difficult to prioritize God in my life, to read my Bible, to pray. I would say that I was very immature. Other things would be a distraction for me. And it actually took me to go on 2 short-term missions, both in the summer of 2011, 2012, for my heart to be stirred and for me to really think about my life and what I was doing with it. And it just so happened that when I came back from my second mission trip, I was approached about an opportunity here at the IBTI to volunteer and to work here. And the longer I thought about it, the longer I prayed over it, with everybody speaking around me, it just pointed to I should go. And the biggest thing that was said was that the IBTI had a need, and I had a need, and it looked like the two were fitting together. And so in the end, it was just like, this is a great big neon light, and I would be silly if I didn't follow.
When I first met Tom last year, I thought he's from the volunteers, he's part of the staff. I don't know which kind of relationship can start between us. But as soon as we started to speak together, a great relationship and friendship started between us. And it's amazing to see how a member of the staff, a volunteer, can have a great friendship with a student like me. And he's been a great blessing for me, and I'm very happy of these 2 years passed with him.
I would say that my first year here was the most difficult or most demanding. Even though I had the team supporting me, I still found it I was very stretched in what I was doing, more on the maintenance side than anything else. I didn't have any skills, I didn't have any knowledge, and I was asked to run a student practical to tell them what to do, how to fix things, how to sort things out. And for me, it was just like, I'm so out of my depth. I also, coming from the outside world into a full-time work where I had a load of responsibilities, to then coming here having this responsibility, I found it very difficult when I had somebody over me telling me how I should do my job but not showing me how to do my job. I was like, man, I must be crazy for being here. But something within me was like saying, just keep going, keep persevering, because surely, if God's called you here, surely there's a reason for it.
In my opinion, Tom has grown in many areas, and particularly in the practical point of view. When he came here the first time, he didn't have a lot of skills. Now I can say that he's a fine property manager. Spiritually speaking, I remember when we were in Belgium, for example, and he was only supposed to be with me and stay with me with the music, and then he was asked to preach, and he got the challenge and he did it brilliantly. So I think there is great things ahead for Tom, and I would be very sorry to release him, but I know that God has a great plan for him.
As I was progressing through my first year, and as I kept on persevering in the work that I was doing, suddenly I realized that I was becoming more confident in my abilities. This and working with various different people that came in to do that which we needed them to do. I started to learn skills in electrics, in plumbing, to do woodwork, how to be more competent with machinery and everything like that. But also, like, in myself, I was just like, I am able. I didn't realize I was able. Also, going through IBTI, you're walking alongside the students and the staff themselves, and you're seeing how they're really dedicating time to God, reading their Bible and prayer. And I was like, I need to implement this in my life. And as I did so, spiritually, I saw myself growing. I was like waking up thinking, I want to read my Bible, not that I have to read my Bible, I want to, because I'm getting something out of it. And as a result, as all this unfolded, I realized I was gaining the trust of the staff and leadership that were over me. And so I was entrusted to do various things, whether it was to go to another church and to lead music there, to going abroad to a contact that we had in Belgium. And I was only meant to assist, but it ended up that I ended up preaching, which was something that I didn't believe I could do. And as a result, I was thinking, God, you could see I could do this, but I didn't believe that I could do this. I'm amazed at what you have. Is there more that you have for me?
I got to know Tom last year in a very special occasion. I remember it was pouring, raining, and our drains were just blocked. And Tom, without having the intention to be seen by anybody, went just outside under this rain, unblocking the drain for us students for the IBTI. Seeing his attitude and his love towards IBTI was just amazing for me.
Into my second year of IBTI, things really started to develop. I moved from being the property assistant to the property manager, and this brought a whole new load of responsibilities. But the difference was, because of the journey I had been through in my first year and how I'd been stretched and challenged, I'd come to the point where I was more focused, I was more confident in that which I was doing, and so the way I approached my work was different as a result. My relationship with those in authority over me was far better. We knew how to communicate with each other, and so we were able to work towards the bigger picture in a more efficient way. I'm thankful that I was able to implement what I saw others doing in their lives by reading the Bible more, by praying more, because I could see how this really helped me through my day. Even by starting reading the Bible in the morning, feeding myself with the Word of God, I was able to go into my work feeling really confident, strong, just saying, God, you are with me. I know I can do this because you've called me to this. And so I know that even if it's difficult, I can accomplish that which needs to be done.
I've met Tom 4 years ago, and we've worked together as volunteers here in IBTI, and I can say that this place has been a great environment for his growth in his skills, but also in his confidence as a future leader and as a musician.
Today, I'm really seeing the results of coming to IBTI and how the training that it's installed has helped me both spiritually and physically. I can really see in myself that I really stepped up in my attitude, in my growth, in my character, in many different ways. My relationship with God is so much deeper than it was when I first came here. And as a result, I would say that my walk now is firm. I'm walking on very solid foundations, and that is the Word of God, firm in my life. On the side of this, at the start I shared how music was a passion and how I really was excited about coming here and developing further in that. And that's just been the result. I can see that not only has the gifting that God's placed in my heart, not only has it expanded, but I'm able to develop it further in the fact of writing songs that I know can impact others' lives, as well as it being a testimony to how God is moving in my own. Student relationship is a precious thing, I would say. Seeing them come here, seeing God call them, but also work in their lives is really inspirational, and I can really learn from everything He's doing in their lives, as I'm sure that they can learn through everything He's doing through my life. It's a real great family bond that is going to, I know, be precious for the future. I think I'm really glimpsing just a small potential that I have in Him. I know it's part of a bigger picture, and I'm just excited that I can really be in this place now where I was so low, and now I'm walking high, I'm on the higher grounds, and just continuing to move further in Him.
When Tom first approached us regarding coming to the IBTI and developing himself, one of the things that really captured us was the willingness to take risks. And so for me, his achievements at the IBTI has been because of that willingness to learn and take risks.
I would say that I arrived at IBTI very much a boy, immature with no focus. But now, where I am now, I'm very much a man, firm and secure with God at the center of everything that I'm doing. And I'm looking ahead to everything that He has for me. There's a verse that has been very firm in my heart for the last 6 months, which is found in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 13. And it says, "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, for I will help you." And I find so much comfort in these words, that there's a God that says, I am your God, and I am always here with you. Do not fear. I'm holding out my hand to you. and I will help you through everything that you will face. And so I'm really thankful that he shone that big neon light for me to come here, and that I was willing to say, yes, I will go. And I'm thankful for everything that IBTI has given me. And now I'm very excited for what is ahead, knowing that God is my security, He is my strength, and that I am able because He has made me able.